Yes.
A warm welcome to all our listeners. This is Crypto Basics with Dr. Kanth, brought to you by Crypto Nights. So we filtered out questions asked to us by our listeners, and the question that Dr. Kanth would be answering today is how hack-proof are blockchains? Because that's a recurring concern that people have voiced out as to how hack-proof it is.
Yeah. First of all, it depends on what you mean by hack proof. I think there's a significant amount of confusion on, uh, if there is a dollar bill, can it be counterfeited? Yes, it can be. But can you find out? Yes, it can. And depending on how good the forgery is, it's harder to find some than the other. So are dollar bills hack proof in that sense? No. So are we saying that, can I go in and start creating new Bitcoins and introduce them into the system? Probably not, because if there was a software bug of that kind by now, we would have found it. Please understand that Bitcoin has now been around for, that's why I'm saying the longer Bitcoin stays, the bigger it becomes, the longer it's going to stay, and the bigger it's going to become. It's going to be like a self-feeding positive spiral system, right? To the listeners, Divya is not trying to become a ghost. She has trouble at the lighting at her end. So it's fun. We're just keeping this real, okay? So enjoy it. She's out there on the college, and I'm here in my office in my home in Texas. And like I said in another episode, I'm trying to create a good impression that I'm scholastic and all of that. But let's get back to the question here. So can we hack these blockchains? So if they were hackable, and if you could have introduced new Bitcoins, you could have mined your own Bitcoins and created them and introduced the system and become rich. Probably it would have happened by now. More than likely, there were some bugs of that kind, and Satoshi Nakamoto and a few other people in the early volunteers probably tested and removed those kinds of bugs. So in that sense, I doubt if there are any more bugs remaining. It highly unlikely. They would have been found by now, or things would have broken down by now. So as far as minting new Bitcoins goes, creating new Bitcoins, which is nothing but a string of digits. Some people still don't. They think it's like a physical coin somewhere. Or no, it is a string of digits. Really, a string of
For the longest of time, I thought they existed in its physical form as well.
Because it's mentally incomprehensible for me. So a string of digits is worth $50,000. It is just like, are you crazy? It's like me typing a few words and saying that's worth $15,000. No, that is not worth $15,000. This is currency, and it's in a blockchain, and we both believe it's not hackable. It has value. It's just like a piece of paper. What do you mean a piece of paper is $100 or 2,000 rupees? The same thing, right? The guy who invented paper will look at it and say, "Are you crazy? This piece of paper is actually worth something." It's the same thing. It's this whole. I won't get into that right now, but money is valuable because we all decide to. We have a common story that hey, we recognize this piece of paper, or we recognize this string of digits, or this transaction, and therefore it is valuable. That's what it is. So now we have attributed value, and now is it hackable? No, as I said, it's very unlikely that you can create new Bitcoins. But now let's look at an alternative definition of is it hack proof? What is the other way to hack? Well, let's say Divya has 5 or 10 Bitcoins. That's wonderful. Each of them is a string of digits. But where does Divya keep these Bitcoins? She keeps them in a wallet. It's like you have a few dollars, physical dollars. Where do you keep them? In a wallet, right? Now, can the wallet be stolen? Sure, heck yes. Now here, what is a wallet? It is a digital file, really. So can it be stolen? Oh yeah. Oops. But if it is stolen, can it be opened? Now that's a different question. In a physical wallet, there's no magic about opening it, you know, unless it's made of iron and put some locks on it. It might be slightly harder, but still you can get into it. It's like it's harder to break into an iron safe than into a wallet. So this is more like an iron safe. So it's harder to break into, right? Why? It has a public key, which is a public address. That means I know if you give me the public address, I can send money to your wallet. That's important. But on the other hand, there is also a private key, or private address, private key really. That only you know. It's like the password that unlocks your wallet and you can access your money. That you should have it and you should tell nobody else, right? Unless you're on certain exchanges where they will keep the wallet for you and they will reduce stupidly your security by giving you a login and a password, and no wonder somebody else will hack into your exchange account. So exchanges are horribly insecure. So just as an aside note is if you're having some money in exchanges, try to move them into your own private wallets. You have your own keys, move them into cold storage, which is nothing but a device that will hold all of your uh, information about your bitcoins or ethers or whatever. There are two famous ones right now. I think one is called Ledger, Ledger. Another is called Trezor, Trezor, or Zor. But bottom line is, exchanges have reduced the complexity. They're hidden. Oh, you stupid people, you don't know how to take care of things. We will take care of things for you. So they will hide your wallet private key from you. As a result, you only have probably a login and a password, or maybe there is a OTP generated. So there are more ways of authenticating. But the bottom line is, exchanges are comparatively insecure. So unless you're trading, try to keep the money to a minimum in those accounts. So that's what we really mean by. So the question becomes, what do you mean by hack proof? Are bitcoins creatable? No, very unlikely. Are the bitcoins in a wallet possible that they can be stolen? Absolutely yes. And it has happened, and people have lost money. People have literally lost. It's like if you threw your wallet into the ocean, you lost it forever, probably, right? And there are people who lost the private keys and they're gone forever. So these are the answers that I have. In my opinion, that's what hacking means. So it is, wallet is hackable, Bitcoin is not hackable. Now there are places where Bitcoins are safe, and there are places where Bitcoins are less safe. Okay, I hope that answers your question.
Yes, of course. And also, what I think is that the coming of bitcoins has led to a need to redefine a lot of terminologies and words that we use in relation to currencies, like counterfeit, for instance. So I think that was very informative for the early adopters of bitcoins. Thank you, Dr. Kanth, for your time. And I'd like our listeners to know that the questions we asked Dr. Kanth are filtered questions posed to us by our listeners. We have episodes that are uploaded very regularly. So if you could leave your questions uh, in the comment section of the platform you're listening to us from, we would come back to you with uh, an appropriate and a relevant answer. And also don't forget to review us. And Dr. Kanth will tell you about how you can go about leaving your reviews for us.
Yeah. If you didn't like this episode, quickly delete it and let's not tell anyone. But on the other hand, if you liked it and you learned something from it, please, that's our whole goal. The reason we are doing it, there are literally tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of people. That's what prompted me to even start this. I had no business doing this, to be honest, Kryptonites, but did this because I realized, my God, there are so many people that have absolutely no idea at all that about this whole cryptocurrencies, crypto tokens, and so on and so forth. That even though I'm not the most knowledgeable, there are a lot of people that are more knowledgeable than me in the industry, and I may not even be the best teacher, but I said, heck with it, let's start doing it. So if you're enjoying and learning, please share this like crazy to as many people as you can. And also, like I said, if you didn't like it, quietly delete it and we won't tell anyone. But if you did like it, please give us a good rating on iTunes and Google Play. It'll help us reach out to more people because we'll show up sooner in the search engine or iTunes search or Google Play search. Thank you very much. info@cryptonites.com. Please send us your questions to info@cryptonites.com. That's spelled CRYPTO for crypto. And Nights is not NI, it's KNI. Okay, there's a K in there. KNIGHTS. So CRYPTO, KNIGHTS.com.io. So please send us your questions to info@cryptonites.io. Thank you. Back to Divya.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Kanth. And as Dr. Kanth said, please do review us, like us, and that will help us grow and bring new and relevant content to all of you all. Thank you.